most interactions, like any other human interaction, comes with complexity and challenges. People get into civil discussions, debates, banter, and share with one another. With these interactions come disagreements, arguments, conflicts that can soon degenerate into trolling, bullying, and general unpleasantness. The discretion we employ in face to face interaction is further decreased online. In fact, according to psychologist Robert Sutton, disrespectful, demeaning, and downright mean spirited behavior is worse than ever. This behavior is especially true of online discourse, which researchers describe as the online disinhibition effect. Stanford psychology professor John Sula in 2004 said, the online disinhibition effect can cause people to act out in either a benign manner, wherein they overshare their personal information, or in a toxic manner, wherein they become abusive or threatening. "I am in my house, come and beat me" is a common saying online that alludes to the inaccessibility that emboldens even regular people to behave in less than civil ways online. Another factor responsible for this behavior, apart from anonymity and availability, is solipsistic introduction. A situation, according to Dr. Sula, where you don't have any physical cues associated with the person you're communicating with, and other person becomes just a voice in your head. As such, the people in your online conversations merely become characters in your imagination, formed by your own personal history and expectations. You might also hear his or her voice as your own, which makes you feel more comfortable with the other person and further lowers your inhibitions. As we have rules that guide our interactions in real life, unspoken rules need to be developed for online interactions. Social media etiquette, or social mannerism simply put, means do's and don'ts for social media interactions. These etiquettes are also referred to as netiquettes. The term netiquette refers to all aspects of online communication, including email, instant messaging, social media, multiplayer gaming, and other forms of online communication. The main goal behind netiquette or mannerisms on social media is to treat others with respect and take care of intellectual property rights and associated implications. Personal information, images, or videos of anyone should not be shared without consent or mentioning credits where due. Except we seek to change such behaviors, it will pervade. Here are some social media netiquettes. When sending a DM, be polite and go straight to the point. When responding to posts, even if you disagree, be careful not to use condescending and insultive words. Take a 5-minute pause before you post any comments. Don't comment on topics that people tend to be passionate about. Don't respond to insults or hateful language. Don't say to people online what you won't have the audacity to say to them in person. Avoid excessive tagging of people. Ask before tagging people. Although it may seem inoffensive, tagging a friend or acquaintance on social media without their permission could in many ways cause problems for that person. Good social media etiquette means you should always request for permission before tagging anyone. Post only flattering pictures of other people. Apply the billboard test. Assume that everyone in the world can and will see everything you post. So if it's not billboard worthy, don't post it. Give credit where it's due. Don't post other people's photos or quotes without clear attribution. This means no screen grabs even if you have the best intentions. Instead, use a repost app to properly credit others for your own content. Think of the future you. Your taste will change, as will your sense of humor, but your photos will live on forever. Use caution when posting. Don't take screenshots of other people's private moments that they shared with you in confidence. Censor yourself. You might treat your Facebook or Twitter accounts as diaries. Don't share everything with your readers. Some things are meant to be kept private.
Mixed reactions trail federal government's announcement regarding the new price of natural gas for power generation companies, which indicates a significant hike and has got people talking. Today on the show, we'll take a close look at the pros and cons of this move. I am Dola Oba, and this is Plus Politics. The federal government on Monday announced that the new price of natural gas for power generation companies is now $2.42 per metric million British thermal unit, higher than the previous rate of $2.18 per MMBTU. The Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, pegged the cost of commercial gas at $2.92 per MMBTU, up from the previous cost of $2.05 per MMBTU. The announcement was signed by the Chief Executive, NMDPRA, Farouk Ahmed. Recall that the multi-year tariff order released by NEC in January 2024 for the electricity distribution companies was calculated based on the previous price of natural gas. Gas producers, including international and domestic oil and gas companies, have repeatedly called for the upward review in the price of the product, stressing that this would be an incentive to ramp up production. In the announcement on Monday, Ahmed said the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, assented to by the President on August 16, 2021, and gazetted in August 2021, provided a clear regulatory framework for the determination of a market-based pricing regime for the domestic gas market. The NMDPRA boss further stated that the latest action was taken in line with Section 164, the third and fourth schedule of the PIA 2021, which mandated the regulator to determine the domestic-based price and the marketable wholesale price of natural gas supplied to the strategic sectors. He said, quote, the DBP at the marketable gas delivery point under Sector 1671 and other provisions of the PIA shall be determined based on regulations which incorporate, among such other matters, the following principles. The price must be of a level to bring forward sufficient natural gas supplies for the domestic market on a voluntary basis for the upstream producers. On a voluntary basis by the upstream producers. B. The price shall not be higher than the average of similar natural gas prices in major emerging countries that are significant producers of natural gas. C. Lowest cost of gas supply on three-tier cost of supply framework. D. Market-related prices tied to international benchmark. Unquote. The NMDPRA therefore emphasized that it had set the, quote, 2024 domestic base price at $2.42 per MMBTU and wholesale prices for natural gas in strategic sectors, following consultations with stakeholders and in compliance with the PIA and gas pricing regulations, unquote. Joining us is a public affairs analyst, Wisdom Chap Jumbo, and a power systems engineer who is also a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Power Engineers, Dr. Idowu Oyebanjo. Gentlemen, welcome to Plus Politics.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay, let's start from the studio. How would you want to kickstart this conversation from the recent development relative to the